2019 movie season has begun, so why not start with a movie like The Upside, which was actually released at a festival in 2017. It stars Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston, and it's essentially, well, not even essentially, it is a remake of The Intouchables, a French film from 2011. I actually have seen The Intouchables. It's been a couple years, but I remember watching it because it's on IMDb's top 250 list. Not only is it on the list, it's like way up in the list, at least in the top 50 or even top 30. And I was pretty much waiting for one of the best movies of all time, because if you're on that list, I think it says a lot, because that's a good list. It's generated from the audience perception, not from really critic scores or from, art house selections. No, this is movies that general audiences like the most. I watched it and I honestly wasn't that impressed. I found the movie to be boring. I thought it kind of meandered through its plot lines, sometimes bringing up subjects and dropping them really quick and never really having much focus. I like some of the themes in the movie. I like how they handle issues involving disabled people, but it doesn't seem as amazing or unique as everyone makes it out to be. It seems like it really resonates with most audiences. And now we have an American remake. Why do we have this? I have no idea. This is what, the studios do all the time. Was it worth it? Well, I mean, let's look at it. We got Kevin Hart, and I think he does a great job in this movie. It shows that he can actually have a dramatic side. Not everything that comes out of him has to be this loud, comedic bit. There is comedy in the movie, but that's not the main purpose. Just like the original, he's not trying to make his life better. It just sort of happens on accident. He learns a lot from the man he ends up helping, which is Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston is, come on, he's one of the best actors out there right now, so of course he's great in the movie. And it's fun to watch him and Kevin Hart interact. But just like the French movie, for me anyway, it just feels that the movie meanders a lot. Sometimes they'll bring up stuff like he has issues with his son. They try to use that in the trailer as a big part of the movie. It even ends on that. But it just never feels like it gets enough development. We also have a relationship between Nicole Kidman and Bryan Cranston, and even that sometimes feels a little rushed. Doesn't feel like it gets enough time to really expand or feel detailed or really get to know the two characters. It has everything it needs, it just doesn't really take the time to piece them together, to really flesh it out. And while I found most of the movie to be enjoyable simply because of the two main actors, it just never really gave me enough to talk about in the end. It's an okay movie. It definitely is. It's just okay. It's just like the French film. What's weird in this case is that while there are a lot of people open arms to the French film, this time around nobody really wants to give the American version a chance. This movie has substantially lower reviews than the French version, but I don't really see much difference between the two, from what I can remember. A lot of it just follows the exact same beats of the first movie, and, I wasn't that big a fan of the first movie, so I guess I just see the exact same faults here. So I'm a little surprised that it's getting such tarnished reviews. In the meantime, though, I wish Kevin Hart would do some more dramatic work, because he proves here that he can do it. I want to see Bryan Cranston in more movies. I always do. Nicole Kidman, it was actually good to see her. I feel like I haven't seen her in much lately, and even though she has a very considerably small role here, it's still real great to see her. They're just good actors. For being a little generic, but still an enjoyable movie, for the performances alone, I'll give the movie 3 out of 5 stars. So what do you think of The Upside? Are you a fan of The Intouchables? Do you think The Upside is not nearly as good as that film? Or are you like me and think The Intouchables is way too overrated when it comes to the IMDb standard? Leave a comment on my video, and thanks so much for watching.